Hello and welcome to my air signs. That's going to be my Gemini, my Libra, and my Aquarius friends. Okay, my name is Angel, Ninth House Collective. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm using the series this week to kind of expand upon the reading that we did last week, right? Which is about what lessons we are currently learning. I am going to use the same method. I'm going to draw one card from the tarot deck and then dive a little deeper and get a direct message for each sign within the air element. And I'll be drawing again in the order of Gemini, Libra, and then Aquarius. So last week we talked about what lesson you guys are currently learning, right? So this week we're going to ask Spirit really about what actions or what details do we need to really help us in transforming and learning this lesson, right? And I think for many of my, I think it was across the board, there was a lot about equal give and take within our relationships, bringing more harmony into our relationships, right? And a lot of you got about how you can expand on not overgiving or not overtaking, right? Kind of letting go of things like enabling or victim mentality, right? That was kind of the gist for a lot of the signs last week. So with this reading, what action can we take? What other pieces of the puzzle can we gain to help us move through and learn that energy so we can transform maybe an old pattern, an old way of reacting to things? Where is it? What actions? How can we transform this lesson and really step into a higher way, a better way, a more aligned and more balanced way of being around that lesson? So that's what we're going to look at. And then I will look at your energy centers as well, seeing what chakra centers need balancing. And I thought it'd be kind of fun this week to maybe do something differently. If this message resonates with you and you would like a more personal message, because these are general readings, I have two other oracle decks, the Wisdom of the Trees and my Healing deck. So just put in the messages that you would like a message from your higher self in regards to the action and the lesson that you're currently working on, my air friends. Okay. And I'm going to be using the Goddess deck that I used last week. Again, it's new to me, so bear with me if I butcher any of these names. So we're going to start with the Tarot deck. And before we get going, I'd like you guys just to take a moment to be present. Go ahead and take a deep breath and hold it at the top. Notice and scan your body and release that tension with your exhale. I ask to be a clear channel and only connect with the highest energy, that of unconditional love, the energy of the utmost healing, and the highest wisdom. And I ask only for messages for the highest good of those who watch this video. Okay, guys, so again, we are expanding on the lesson. If you've watched last week's reading, you already know what that lesson is, but feel free to jump back. They're really timeless, even though I put a date on them. When the message comes to you is, I really believe, when you're supposed to receive the message. So if this hits for you and it resonates, please hit like and share. I'm new to this. I'm still learning. You can see my setup's a little different, but I really just hope that our time together brings some enlightenment and a new piece to your puzzle in your healing journey, in your growth journey, etc. All right, so we're going to dive in and start with what actions, what details we can learn around the lesson we were all learning last week, and we'll do that with the tarot deck. So I'm going to shuffle that in. Hopefully you guys took some time last week to really nurture the centers that I was picking up on, right? Because really the centers they all kind of connect, right? But I look at where you need to bring some alignment and attunement to really keep them in flow so that we're making our decisions and operating from a really high clarity and also from a really emotionally stable place, right? All right, so what is the lesson for my air signs? This is going to be for all of you guys. What is the lesson they are currently, or the action of the lesson? What can they put into place? What is another piece of the puzzle to help them transform the lesson that they're all working on? Okay, so again, in the order, it's going to be Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Okay, Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius. Hopefully you guys can see these. Again, doing it a little bit different. All right, so Gemini, you guys got a major arcana this week. So it is the Empress in reverse. So I believe the message was around how can you equally give and take of your energy within your relationships, right? I think I spoke a lot about maybe some codependencies or some beliefs that need transforming, right? Some truth that maybe you've held on to long enough and it's time to expand, to really bring about a higher perspective around that, to bring about your healing, to bring about your growth, right? And you guys got the Empress in reverse. So I'm going to show you this card upright. The Empress she's the pregnancy. She's the pregnancy messenger because she's fertile and abundant, right? But it doesn't necessarily mean physical birth, right? The Empress is somebody who is fair and balanced. And when she shows up in her inverse position, it is a sign and a clue that around the lesson that you guys were learning, again, check out the video last week, around that lesson, the Empress in its reverse position calls to me about overgiving, right? Like she is not in balance. She is not the nurturing, fair, calm, balanced mother archetype. There is some imbalance, and it's calling on you to take action and really get clear about how it is that you overgive and deplete yourself, right? So again, it's kind of staying in that same vein. It was in its inverse position. So really solar plexus for your center this week, okay? My Geminis, I really want you to work on the core of who you are, your self-confidence, and our solar plexus, really just helps beef up feeling confident about expressing our truth. And because I'm saying that, I'm also going to throw in your throat chakra for the 2 centers to nurture this week so that you can start bringing action. And the action is going to be around how you can transform some ways of being, ways of thinking around the lesson last week, which was really over not in an equal flow in our relationships of giving and taking. So we are trying to transform and bring in the lesson in the highest aspect of this Empress, right? A major arcana, an exclamation point for you guys, right? This is a big lesson that you're learning. And so she, in her most balanced, is just fair and calm and has emotional stability and has mental clarity, right? She is abundant and fruitful and just brings in things in her life that she wants in such a nice flow. So the action to take, again, it's a similar message. A lot of you guys are overgiving or overtaking. And to me, that always means leaning into either kind of an energy where we're self-sacrificing and maybe falling into kind of like an enabling position, enabling people in our relationships, putting our feelings on the back burner rather than giving of ourselves equally, right? Or it could be that we're in a victim mentality and that we're just taking all this energy, right? We're taking. How can we bring balance to that areas? Where can we gain a higher perspective around how we value ourselves and nurture ourselves so that we can be the Empress and in flow, right? And not have the stagnation or the obstacles, especially if I want you guys to think about an obstacle or a situation that has shown up many times in your life, right? Okay, so that's what I have. So again, your centers this week for my Gemini friends are going to be your solar plexus. Think yellows, bring yellows into your life as well as blue. Really learning how to state what you need as well as listen to the needs of others so that you give and take in an equal manner and stop depleting your energy, right? That's the lesson you're learning. You're trying to create more balance within your relationships. Okay, Libra. All right, Libra. Around that same topic from last week, the lesson that you guys are learning. Some actions to take for you specifically. You got the 4 of Cups. I'm going to show you this card. So the 4 of Cups, see where this person in the card, again, no gender within the cards. The gender is fluid. But this person is sitting under this tree and they look kind of disappointed, right? Because they are focusing on these 3 cups kind of off in the distance there, and they don't even see this new opportunity or this new way of thinking or this new way around gaining. Cups is around our emotional stability and our love, right? They don't even see this new energy that's opening up. So the action for my Libra friends this week is to stop focusing on past disappointments. That's where you kind of get into a negative spin or some kind of a way of dealing with disappointments that was more of a protection or reactionary way. I want you guys to transform that, really learn that lesson of equal give and take within our cups, within our relationships, both with ourselves and with relationships with others. And all, general reading. How can you improve that? You need to stop thinking about the things that didn't work out, about the disappointments around your emotional stability or your love or your relationships, right? Start to learn the lessons about why those things didn't work. What was your part in that, right? How can you transform your way of letting go of just focusing on the disappointments and really get the lesson so it becomes part of your past, and then you can turn your head and start taking action on your new cup, this new energy opening up, and how you can bring more balance for yourself. So that is your action. Stop. Be mindful about the disappointments. They're just like a clue, right? If it's something, it's a clue about what you need to look at, what you need to learn the lesson on, right? So your lesson is going to be about taking actions, my Libra friends, letting go of the constant thought or reaction around past disappointments and learn the lesson so that we can just stop looking and give yourself some space to really jump into this new way of handling those situations and bringing the balance you so desire within your relationships, within your cups. Okay, so that's for you guys. And finally, with my air signs are my Aquarius friends. So you guys also in its reverse position, you guys got the King of Cups. So kings really are about mastery, but they also speak about like being conventional. It came in its inverse position for you guys. So, oh, I'm sorry. I'm going to jump back. I don't think I told you guys your centers, and it's the same. It's going to be solar plexus as well as the throat chakra for my Libra friends to nourish this week. So, okay, back to my Aquarians. You guys, again, are really feeling the same centers. So this is going to be beneficial for all of you guys this week to really look at how you can beef up your self-confidence, how you can really get in touch with the core of who you are. Because once you get in touch with who you are and what you want and are able to bring that forth through your communication, it's really going to help you transform this lesson. And so because it's the king, I'm really feeling for my Aquarian friends, there is the action for you to take is letting go of a belief that you hold around conforming to something in a way that you've always done, right? Doing the same thing. This king, although he is mastering his pentacles, right? Mastering his physical world, because I asked specifically for the action you can take, look at where you're being really conventional. Look at where you're doing the same old, and see how you can find a new way of doing and being and thinking to really bring about the highest aspects, right? This is what actions can we take. Look in your life where you're being too conventional or where you're holding on to a belief that's very conventional that needs some expansion so that you can really look to bring more balance, not only to your relationships, but you guys also got, the pentacles. So this is about our earth realm, our abundance, our money, our flow. And again, look to where you can break free from convention of a way that you've always done something to really get that lesson. That's the action for you guys, my Aquarius friends. And now for each of you, again, I'm going to draw a message from the Goddess Oracle deck and see what alignment message comes forth. This is a message from your highest self. So for all of you guys, again, take a moment to set the intention that you would like a message from your higher self. That is the part of us that knows more about us than, that just is kind of our highest timeline, right? If we could take our ego out of it and take fear and lower level energies, what is the message that version of ourself would give to us? Okay, let's see what your message is. And again, in that same order, and then I will read the alignment message that comes along. Oh, this one showed up again. This is a common theme. It keeps coming up. Ellen of the Ways. Beautiful card. It's number 12. Interesting. You got a double 3, 3 and 3. Maybe dive a little deeper if the number 12 or the number 3 resonates for you guys, and look into what that angel number or what that number means in numerology, because it did show up twice for you guys. Okay, and next we have my Libra friends, and you guys got Kali, liberation. All right, so patterns is the Ellen of the Ways, and liberation is for my Libra friends, again, around liberation. And then with my Aquarius friends, you guys got so interesting that the same cards, this is a new deck, but there's obviously a lot of collective energy around the same lessons being learned because the same cards keep coming out. Anyway, she's beautiful also, number 18. Green Tara, it's about salvation. Okay. All right, so let's look into those messages, starting with my Gemini friends. Bear with me as I get my readers. And again, have grace as I learn these names and I learn these cards. But really the 3-3 is jumping out to me. So look into that if that resonates with you, my Gemini friends. And let me read the alignment message from Ellen of the Ways. Okay, here's your message. Familiar patterns show up when you fall asleep at the wheel of your life or when you expect things to be a certain way out of habit. Whatever conditions are reoccurring for you right now, you are being invited to see them as an opportunity to move beyond the limits of your expected disappointments or your habitual behaviors. If you do what you have always done, then you can expect the same patterns to continue. If you don't want to repeat a lesson or find yourself back on the same path with the same people, the same conditions and results, then you must choose to think, do, and be differently. This is such a great message, right? Because when we're learning a lesson, we have to see how can we do things differently? How can we jump off the hamster wheel, so to speak, right? Think about this, guys. What is a reoccurring pattern within your life, especially around equal give and take with your relationships, what you think you deserve, etc. How you treat yourself, how you honor yourself. It's really such a great message. So I really love this alignment message. And like I said, it's been showing up so much. So the goddess known as Ellen of the Ways offers this alignment task for my Gemini friends. Make a commitment today to change your way and choose to allow a new path to be explored. It's time to take a look at your need to always wonder if the other shoe is going to drop and how you will remain in a familiar territory even though you are not content. All right, Geminis, what are you not content around within your relationships? Within, again, your theme was the Empress in reverse. Something is out of balance. Really, you allowing that energy to flow and bring all the abundance your way, right? Something that you have done over and over. And although it may feel safe and comfortable, it's time to break free, learn the lesson, and try something new. Right? You can always course correct, but doing the same old thing is going to guarantee you the same old thing. Try something new, be brave. All right, so that's what I have for my Gemini friends. And moving to my Libras, you too could listen to that message, right? Do something different. Stop focusing on the past disappointments and the past ways that you handle things. Fuck it, drop that. It's time to expand. It's time to grow in that area. And your message from the Goddess deck is about liberation, number 26. So to me, 26 makes me think of 8, and interesting. But 8 to me is about balance, and it's also about an infinity too, right? So the infinity sign, right? The 8 on its side, it's going to keep doing the same thing if you don't make a change. Stop looking at the disappointments or about the ways that you did things when disappointments arose and see how you can learn that lesson. Okay, let's jump into this deck and see what message this goddess brings forth for my Libra friends, number 26. Okay, 26. The alignment message for my Libra friends. All right. When resentment and anger fester below the surface, the unprocessed emotions simmer until they boil over. It is easy to project anger, envy, and ancient inherited rage on others we perceive as the source of our discontent. When something triggers these emotions, we can project onto strangers as well as the people closest to us. Nobody wins when so much pain is unleashed into the world. Take heart, for you are not alone. Know that rage and fury must have a place to be expressed, and you can use this energy to make something extraordinary and find a new way. The fierce liberation goddess Kali offers her daggers to help you cut through the ties of the old stories that you tell yourself about the past. Once you have expressed and processed them, no matter what your conditions, your alignment task is to find a way to change this rage. Find a way to change the anger, these feelings, transform them into creativity. Make something of it yourself so that you don't create destruction because you can. Be willing to be teachable, even if it feels uncomfortable. When you know more, you can do more and be better. Be willing to take full accountability for the energy you bring to the world. Kali knows the fierce, dark love that she brings to you will not always be comfortable, right? And the process of transformation requires rigorous self-honesty. You have what it takes, my Libra friends. Now make something meaningful and be someone that you're proud of. All right, guys. Yes, let go of the anger, the resentments, the disappointments from things that you perceive to be a failure or a shortcoming, some kind of disappointment around your relationship with yourself and your relationship with others. How can you transform that today, Libra? That's where I want you guys to place your focus. And, you know, again, the throat chakra and your solar plexus, that's across the board for my air signs this week. Take some time to nurture those centers, guys. Really work on this lesson. I know you can break through. The energy is really opening. So that's what I have for my Libra friends. And we're going to finish up the oracle messages with my Aquarians. All right, guys, you've got Green Tarot, which has showed up before, so we will reread that message. And I don't know if it showed up for you, but this is a collective energy, right? We are all transforming lessons. So let's see what wisdom Tarot brings that might help you expand or find some action you can focus on this week around the lesson you're learning. Okay, she is number 18. Let's take a look at Miss Green Tarot. All right, this is the alignment message for my Aquarius friends. Green Tarot, known as She Who Saves, is here to remind you that salvation is contingent on your willingness to release your ego conflicts and to surrender your wants and unmet desires to the divine. Do you find yourself swimming in a nagging spiral of dissatisfaction? Are you comparing yourself to others and always coming up short? Do you feel entitled to the manifestation of your wants arriving in only the form that you will accept? When you are suffering from longing and wanting, you are like a hungry ghost that will never be fed and blind to the opportunities that are truly yours. Never fear. Just as a true friend will let you know when you're off track, Green Tarot will let you know where you are out of alignment. She will save you from destructive qualities such as entitlement or elitism, as well as the consciousness of lack with the following assignment task. Okay, Aquarians, this is your task. Get right with yourself and the world again. Know that you are exactly where you need to be right now, and that it means, and if it means an empty space for a time, that's perfect. Instead of looking at what isn't there, bless every tiny aspect of your life. with deep, deep gratitude. Green Tarot will show you that the world is your friend. You've only been fighting against yourself. You will then recognize the earth as a place of joy and abundance. Okay, so, I'm thinking also, your heart chakra also, Aquarians. I'm going to say the 3 centers for you guys. And heart actually would be a great one for everybody to throw in if they have the time to work on 3 centers. But the heart chakra is about our love, right? And I really want my Aquarian friends to lean into forgiveness of self, right? Look at how you can do things in a different way. Stop sticking with the conventional way. Really learn to love yourself. Beef up your solar plexus, which is your personal power. It's the core of who you are, right? So you can bring in this lesson and transform into the highest really mastery of your pentacles, right? Mastery of your wants, goals, desires, and dreams in your pentacle world. And because this message was also around, I think from last week, around equal give and take in relationships, Heart Center is also great center to work on beefing up to bring about the highest energy. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you have a great week. Take some time for you to nurture the centers that we discussed and spoke about. And if this message resonated and you would like a little more clarity or an additional message, just drop me a message and let me know if you'd like the healing deck or the wisdom of the oracle or the wisdom of the trees oracle message from your higher self. All right, guys, namaste. Remember, you guys are spectacular. So love on you and have a great week. Connect with you guys next Monday. Take care.